going on, MMA fans? I'm back to do my Dream 10 predictions. I'm going to go over the fights, of course, that are going on July 20th from the Saitama Super Arena in Japan. 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time that Monday morning. So if you don't have HD Net fights and you can't catch it, make sure you check it out later on in the morning. Going to be a great card. I'm going to go over the fights that are important since they're really, you never know what the main card is going to be. That's just how Dream, that's how Pride has always been. They never released that finalized until a couple days before, which probably won't be till Saturday. First fight I want to cover, Katsunori Kakuno taking on Andre Dida. Kakuno is the deep lightweight champion, has a very good karate background, good judo background, a decent grappler. He's got a very unorthodox style, something that I would liken to Lyoto Machida's style. He likes to lure guys in, kind of pick them apart, be methodical, impose his will on them. He's training out of the A-Square gym. He's taking on Andre Dida, who's training out of the Universidade de Luta. He's a solid Muay Thai striker, decent takedown defense, decent grappler. Very interesting fight, a contrast of styles. Kakuno likes to counter a lot. I think that he's really going to be overwhelmed with Dida. Dida loves to push the pace. He's very aggressive. I think that's going to overwhelm Kakuno. I think that Dida will move forward on him, throw a lot of different looks, use the clinch, pick him apart there. And I think he's going to overwhelm Kakuno and catch him in the first round. I'm going to say a first round TKO for Andre Dida, so that's my pick. All right, next fight, Andre Galvao taking on Jason High. This is to open up the Dream Welterweight tournament. Galvao is training out of the Black House Gym and also the Van Fight team. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Decent hands, decent takedowns. Had a very impressive win over John Alessio via armbar. He's taking on a good striker in Jason High, who's training out of the Body Shop Fitness team. Jason High, like I said, talented striker, decent grappler, decent takedown defense. This fight, I think, really comes down to a matter of time. High showed some issues with his takedown defense in some of his other fights. I think that Galvao can get him down. And like I said, it'll be a question of when. If Galvao gets him down, I think he'll be able to get position on him and actually get a submission, whether it be an armbar, rear naked choke. But if Galvao gets him down, I think he'll submit him, submit High, and finish the fight. And even if it stays standing, I think Galvao can last on the feet to get the fight down to the ground. So I'm going to say Andre Galvao, late first round submission. All right, on to the next welterweight fight for the Grand Prix. Hayato Maha Sakurai taking on Marius Zamraskis. Sakurai training out of the Maha Dojo. He's a good kickboxer, solid grappler. Has good cardio. He's a good wrestler. He's taking on Marius Zamraskis, who's training out of the London Shoot Fighters camp. Good striker, improved takedown defense. Loves to push the pace. Has a lot of heart. Decent cardio. This fight could potentially be a fight of the year candidate if it goes down the way that I think it's going to go down. Zamraskis is never in a boring fight. He loves to push the pace. Sakurai, another fighter that is very quick to push the pace. Has excellent kickboxing. So this is going to be a back and forth fight, I think. But with that being said, I think Sakurai has the better kickboxing. I think he has the better wrestling. I think he has the better grappling. I think he'll be able to do enough on the feet. If he starts getting into trouble, which I don't see that happening, he can take it down. And that may even be his game plan coming in, is to take the fight down and try to submit Zamraskis. But if this fight stays standing, you're going to have fireworks, no doubt. But I think Sakurai's going to take this. I'm going to say second round TKO. I think that he'll wear down Zamraskis, from picking him apart on the feet and eventually catch him and finish him on the ground. So that's my pick. Sakurai via second round TKO. All right, for the finals, for the Dream Welterweight Grand Prix, I've got Sakurai versus Galvao. I think that Sakurai's got decent enough takedown defense, and I think he's more talented on the feet. And even if it goes to the ground, he's a decent grappler. I think Sakurai will keep this standing, pick apart Galvao, and finish him late in the first. So that's my pick. Hayato Maha Sakurai via first round TKO to be the welterweight Grand Prix champion. All right, on to the next fight. Paulo Fio taking on Melvin Manhoff. Paulo Fio training out of the Black House Gym and also Team Link. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Judo black belt. Has decent hands. Unfortunately, he's had some family issues as of late. He had the drugs. His cardio has looked, subpar. He's had issues with making weight. His jiu-jitsu, when it's applied, is sick. He's got an excellent bottom and top game. He's taking on a dangerous striker in Melvin Manhoff, who's training out of the Mike's gym. He's got improved takedown defense, and he's a decent. He has decent sub defense. Really, this fight comes down to whether or not Fio shows up. If Paulo Fio shows up like he looked against Chael Sonnen in his last fight, he's going to run into some serious problems. If he's motivated, if he comes in 100%. And you'll be able to tell this at the weigh-ins, how he looks. He'll be a dangerous guy against Manhoff. This fight's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be Fio catches a submission or Manhoff brutally knocks out Fio. I don't think that Fio's going to come in 100%. I still think that some of those issues with his family, with the drugs, I think some of that stuff is lingering and has affected him. I think that Melvin Manhoff will be able to keep this fight from going to the ground. I think he's going to brutally finish Paulo Fio. So that's my pick. Melvin Manhoff via first-round knockout. All right, on to what I think is going to be the main event. Shinya Aoki taking on Vitor Shaolin Ribeiro. Shinya Aoki training out of Caresta, Tokyo. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Judo black belt, decent hands, very, very flexible, has an amazing top and bottom game with Jiu-Jitsu, loves Judo tosses to get side control and dominant positions. He's done crazy submissions from topside gogoplatas to gogoplatas. You name it, he's done it. He's taking on a formidable opponent and another talented grappler in his own right, in Shaolin Ribeiro, who's training out of Nova Uneo. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, decent hands, decent takedown defense, has improved cardio. This is a really, really tough fight to call. I think Aoki's the favorite coming in. I think everyone can agree with that. I think this fight will be probably will be a grappling match, although you will see it standing and both guys exchanging. Both guys have improved on their hands, but if this fight does go down to the ground, I think Shaolin will not, make a mistake. I think that he'll be smart. He's not going to be over-aggressive. If it does happen and he does make a mistake, I think that Aoki will probably get a mistake as far as like a leg. I think that's how he might submit Shaolin. But I think both these guys will be smart. They're not going to make a crucial mistake. And I think this one's going to decision. So I'm going to say Shinya Aoki does enough on his feet, enough on the ground in the grappling. And I think he takes a unanimous decision. So that's my pick, Shinya Aoki by decision. So this should be a great card. Make sure that you check it out, whether it be at 3:30 that morning or you check it out later in the morning. I will be back hopefully the night of or the night after to do my review, and then I'll be back here. And the next few weeks, August is going to be packed with MMA. We've got Affliction Trilogy, August 1st, August 8th, UFC 101, August 9th, WC 42 with Brian Bowles and Miguel Torres. And then we've got Strike Force with Gino Carano and Cyborg, so that's going to be great as well. So I'll be back in the next couple weeks to do those videos. Leave me some comments, constructive, negative, positive. And on that note, you guys, have a great day.